Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Now, this is a bit of a weird setting for you to find me in. I'm not normally next to a carp lake in a wooden shack. Now I'm not after carp today. I'm in fact after a species of fish I've never caught on the channel before, and that is the Zander. I've only ever caught one before, and I think it was last year while I was jigging on the mighty River Trent, and it was a very small fish, around about a pound. Now I actually did come to this water maybe like 3 days ago and fish for these fish, but I've got a feeling I went about it all in the wrong way. So the setups that I brought with me, I brought one lighter rod, a 1.25 pound test, essentially my barbel rod that I use, and that had a reel loaded with 40 pound braid, and then the other rod was basically my pike rod. It was a 3 pound test curve rod, 60 pound braid, and the baits I was using was relatively large roach and rudd, probably around about 4 or 5 ounces a piece, and large single hooks, because you're only allowed to use single hooks at this fishery. The first thing I did when I arrived was actually speak to the bailiff about the areas where Zander are being caught, and he put me in an area where he said Zander were being caught and had been caught over the last couple of weeks, but the entire session was spent pretty damn quiet. I only had 1 or 2 runs really early on in the session where the float was twitching and twitching and twitching, and every time I reeled down there was nothing on there, and eventually I did manage a run, but it wasn't from a Zander. It was from a relatively small jack pike, around about 4 pounds. So at least I didn't blank, but then I spent the next 6 hours without a single bite, not a single knock, nothing. After that I spoke to my brother, and he gave me the advice that I needed to be using much smaller baits, lighter tactics, lighter lines, more supple wire trace, and that's what I've come out doing today. So this is the ledger rig that we're using today, which is going to be the one I'm primarily hoping the fish will want to take. So we have got a free running lead. It's almost exactly like I would do in my barbel fishing, down to a buffer bead, look, that comes over the swivel. Did I say buffle bead? Buffer bead. So it's free running, so there's almost no resistance, and then a thin wire trace down to a large single size 2 hook. On that I'm putting some very small, I'm going to say 1 ounce little dead bait roach and little dead bait rudd that I'm just hooking straight through the tail, and hopefully that is what these fish are going to like. I've looked up rigs on the internet on what would be best to catch Zander, and from what I understand this is probably the best way to do it. I might cut some of the heads off just to add some scent to the water, and I think that's going to be the way to catch him. Let's try and get one on the bank. The float rig is almost identical in a way. We've got the wire trace, we've got a swivel, and then we've got a float that free runs up the line, and obviously stopped by a small float stop up the line to sit it probably about a foot on the bottom. And fingers crossed we're going to get a few fish today. Fish on, fish on, fish on, please let it be a Zander, please let it be a Zander. Oh, such a subtle bite on the floor. Oh, it's come off. It's come off. It didn't feel very big, but it was definitely a Zander. Yeah, I've just lost what I think was a Zander on the other rod, the float rod. Next thing you know, the alarm started beeping. Fish on. Yep, fish on. No, it come off again. No, not again. Not again. There's gashes down it. So guys, I'm just going to update you on what's been going on so far. So I've been fishing for a total of about 2 hours. I was really pessimistic because I've not managed to get the pegs that I really wanted to get on the opposite side of the lake. I was planning on going home about midday if I hadn't got a bite, and out of nowhere I've had 3 bites within about 20 minutes. I had 1 bite which resulted in my bait being pulled off the hook when I went to strike, and then I had 2 bites, honestly back to back. One on the float rod, I hooked it, and on the way in it came off, and then as soon as I cast that rod back out there, the ledger rod went, alarm went up, and we hooked into a fish on that, but that also came off as well. So I'm not really sure what I'm doing wrong. Maybe it's just that Zander are just notorious for being tricky to hook into and keep on. But I've definitely had 2 fish on the hook, and I don't think they were pike. So I've got my fingers crossed now. Something could happen at any minute, and we could end up with one on the bank.
Right, line's pulling out. Right, I'll find out if I get this one. You can find that live, Dom. I don't want to lose another bait, I've only got 3 left. Oh, I've hit a tree. I've hit a tree with rod tip, I've got a fish on. Right, I'll call you back, I'll speak to you in a bit. See ya. I was literally just on the phone, guys. Just on the phone to my brother, and the rod's gone, and it feels like a Zander. Please don't let it be a pike. Please don't let it be a pike. I've missed about 5 Zander runs now. It's driving me mad. Doesn't feel very big. My float looks like it's going as well. But it's a Zander, it's a Zander, it's a Zander. And my float's gone, and my float's gone, and my float's gone. That's a Zander in the net. Okay, the one that was on the float dropped it. Yes! Yes! I got a Zander! Finally! What a fantastic result. Finally managed to catch a Zander on camera for you guys. And as you can tell from this footage, I was so excited, I didn't even turn the microphone on. I wasted no time in getting this fish back, getting the rods back out there, in the hope that I'd get another take. Obviously the Zander were in the swim. I can't believe I've got another take. I've just cast this rod back out. That's another one. That's another one. That's another Zander. I've just cast this rod back out. Has it come off? No, it's swimming towards me. That's probably smaller than the last one. Has it come off? Oh, it's tiny. Yes! I know where I got another one.
Right, we're going to be quick with this one because it took it quite deep. Another fish about the same size. Thankfully those single hooks came out quite easy. Another beautiful fish. Just 5 minutes, 10 minutes after casting that rod back out with that little tiny dead bait. Yes! Probably another personal best actually, slightly bigger than the last one.
Oh, 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 oh. There we go, that's a run. Fish on. Fish on. That's a better fish. That's a better fish. Yep, that feels a bit better. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep, that's a new PB again. On the free running ledger rig. Don't come off, don't come off. Don't come off. That's a nice one. Don't come off. Why do I keep saying it? Yes. Yes. Yes, that's a beast. I say a beast, it's smashed my PB. My PB was £1, then I smashed it with a fisher about £2 or £3, and I've smashed it with a fisher about £5. Yes.
look at that hook placement. First time properly giving Zander fishing a go, and we got a beautiful fish. 7 pound 10 ounce. It does look a lot bigger on camera. I think these fish are quite long, quite lean actually. They're chunky but lean, if that makes sense. God, not too far off an 8 pounder and 75 centimetre. Absolutely awesome. I can't believe the runs I'm getting. Those little dead baits, the subtle tactics I'm using today, catching some absolutely beautiful fish. Proper prehistoric, aren't they? Let's get it back. After the shambles of the last session when I came here, I did not expect today to go so well. I've almost run out of bait. I've been here about 4 hours. I've caught 3 Zander, lost 3, and I've just caught one, a new personal best, 75 centimetre. Oh God, they're so strong as well. And almost 8 pounds, 7 pound 10. Oh, there we go. How amazing is that? I have had so much action in the time that I've been here that I'm actually down to my very last dead bait. I brought 9 baits with me. I've had so many runs, most of them not resulted in anything at all. A couple of them resulting into fish hooked, and thankfully we have caught a few. So this is my very last dead bait. What should I do? Should I chuck it out whole? I've been catching all these fish on whole baits, apart from I think 1 take on a half bait. Or should I cut it in half? I'll have 2 more casts. Oh, I might go for 2 more casts. I'll cut it in half. Well guys, I'm back in the Love Shack and I'm feeling very, very good about today's session. I fished for about just over 6 hours. I've managed to land 3 Zander and lose 3 Zander, so I could have potentially had 6 fish to the bank had I have known what I was doing. But I'm very, very pleased with that result and landing, well, 3 personal bests pretty much in a row, and that last fish being 7 pound 10. Absolutely fantastic fish. I did actually lose one as well. I think might have felt a little bit bigger than that one. So I'm already itching to come back and fish this place. I just can't fish it anymore because I've run out of frigging bait. How often does that happen? You get so much action that you actually run out of bait altogether. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope you've enjoyed finally seeing me target some Zander. Unfortunately, they don't allow lure fishing here. Otherwise, that's how I would have preferred to have gone for him. But catching them on dead baits is still really, really cool. Proper prehistoric looking fish, aren't they? If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Like it if you've liked it. And I'll catch you guys later.